What up, guys? New edition. New edition here. This is the drive shaft loop. I got this on eBay for 60 bucks, 59.95 or something. I can hook y'all up with the. All I did, I don't even remember how I found this. I think I just typed in drive shaft loop or something. But it's a good cheap buy. The guy makes them himself, powder coats them, so it's all powder coated. Looks good though. About to install that bitch. Alright, y'all, another quick little update. Probably just gonna add a bunch of little updates into one video, so I don't know, this might be over a few days or something. But so we got my gauges. I got my gauges all wired up now. Everything's wired. I didn't want to use butt connectors, and I didn't want to use you know, these little things because they pull off, and I wanted to solder everything, but I just, as the thin wire that these gauges had, I couldn't, I couldn't connect the two. I can't really show you. I couldn't connect the two wires together, you know what I mean, and then solder them in line. So I just twisted them together like that, and then so they're all soldered under here. I twisted them all together. I mean, I'm no wiring expert, but I know these lights ain't gonna pull that much amperage. You know, they're just little lights, little tiny little lights. So I'm not too worried about how I did this. I just I ran this gauge. These two lights go together. The ground right here goes together. It's soldered. I heat shrinked it, and then I put a little bit of zip tie on it. And then I did the same with the power. Ran the two powers together, soldered it, twisted it together, soldered it, heat shrink, little zip tie. So that's for the Speedo, because the Speedo has two big old gauges, or two big old lights on it. The tack came with its own little wiring harness. I'm about to wire that up now. And then I got these two wired together. Basically treated them just like the Speedo. So here's my water temp gauge, that's why it's not in here. And then here's the oil pressure gauge. These ones, your fuel sender, my fuel gauge needs a sender. So I already have that wire ran. I'll show you that here in a second. But that goes here. I just kind of ran the lights into the power, because each of these gauges, this is the volt gauge, this is the fuel gauge. They both need a power and a ground. So I just ran the power for the light to the power that I supplied it, like that, and then same with the ground into that, and same with this. So, and then once again, I just use this this loom. Looks real nice and clean. It's everything right there. So all I got to do is run these two down through the dash, and then she's hooked up and ready. I still need to take this back apart, because I'm going to order some. I thought about taking it in to get it wrapped in carbon fiber, but more as I think about it, I might just try it myself. Because, you know, you can get like wraps of carbon fiber for like, 20, 30 bucks on eBay. So I might give it a shot myself. I'm probably going to order some of that this week and hopefully get it in by the end of the week so I can get this wrapped up. We can actually get this installed, permanent. Don't have to pull back out. Everything's soldered on this. The reason I did it like this is because all I need to do now is, besides the temp gauge, that's the only one that's a pain in the ass, because you can't disconnect that. It almost makes me wish I would have got electrical temp gauge, but I like the mechanical. So anyway, besides that, all you need to do is just, you can even unscrew the oil pressure line. You can unscrew that, pull it out. Everything just gets unhooked this way. You can pull this whole dash module out, and all the harness is just in the dash now. So I like that. I like it clean. And I got my grounds all wired up, and it's nice. We'll get that maybe installed. Ran the fuel sender. This is the ground. It's the power, or the sending gauge. I just kind of ran it. It's not permanently ran like this. I just kind of ran it up here, And I left a bunch of wire here because I'm not really sure where I'm going to ground it yet. The G-body rear harness grounds right here, but I always had issues with this ground. So I think I'm going to try to relocate that ground somewhere better than this, because I know y'all be rolling G-bodies. I had a big issue with this rear ground all the time. My brake lights would quit working, or they'd be really dull, or, you know, they'd be dark as shit. You couldn't even see them. It's because this damn ground right here was kept getting loose. So finally I had to, you know, I had to fix it one day, but I don't want to ground it here anymore. I want to ground it somewhere else. So that's why I left a bunch of slack. I'm really not sure where I want to ground the fuel tank and the lights yet. I might just ground it back there, but I might grind all that shit off and put a better setup there. I don't know. So I ran my fuel sender up through there. And then she come through the back right there. See that red wire? Into the factory loom. All the way up through here. And then I put some more of this wrap on it and then just kind of ran it up. I don't know if you can see that, it's right here, and then everything goes up under here. I can't wait to pull this dash out, because I'm gonna clean up the underside of this dash. You know, when I put that AC kit in here, I'm gonna pull the whole dash out and do all that and make it look nice and clean like the rest of it. So anyway, that's my progress right now. I'm gonna get back to it. Yo guys, what up? Back with another round of updates here. A lot of stuff going on right now. Kind of, sort of, I don't know, in my mind it is, but all right. So we are done with the wiring. Everything's wired up. All my wires are ran. Also got my fuel line made. My fuel lines are done. So that's all ran there now. Everything's buttoned up. Everything's hooked up under the dash. Everything's hooked up under here. I got a ground ran. I got my heavy duty power wire here ran. For some reason, I could have probably just ran a 10 gauge, but I just went ahead and ran a big one, because the MSD pulls power right from here. And you know, all these relays, a couple relays do. Yeah, so all my wiring's done. Everything's completed over here. Everything's all tidied up. Hopefully it's looking good to you too. I don't know. I wanted to run all the wires in the loom, but you know, there's only so much I can do when it's under the dash. So I did the best I could, and I think it still turned out pretty good. So we got that going on. Said we got the fuel lines ran. I just ran a little one of them little rubber grommet deals right here. Ran the tapper. Ran up through here. You know, mind you, have the plate here, so it's not gonna look so cluttered. You're just gonna have the plate right behind that, and it's gonna look real nice, I think. It's ran. Choke hooked up. I'm just running it underneath the intake. Alternator's all hooked up. I still got to do a little bit more tidying up here with the wiring, but for the most part, this is it. Temp gauge, or the sender for the fan relay, and then I got my fans mounted too. I know they look kind of ratty. I cleaned them up today, and I was gonna paint them, but honestly, I don't know if they're gonna come out good if I paint them. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know how they'd come out. So I just went ahead and said fuck it, and just got them put in. They look all right. I mean, obviously it doesn't look as fresh as everything else, but they look all right. So that's in. Got the wire all hooked up for that. Let's see if I can't get down here and see that. Wiring's all hooked up. I still got to run some clips down below underneath the support to hold those wires, you know, kind of back, because right now they're just kind of hanging there still. I just wanted to get them hooked up and out of the way. Got all that done.
I still got to run. This is my, oops. So this wire here, this is your pink wire that powers the distributor. And since I'm running MSD, you know, you don't need this. So what I decided to do is I had an extra grommet laying around, you know, from something else. So I decided to give it a new purpose. So I walled out the hole. Once I get my temp sender through here, I'll start running everything else through here. So this runs into the cab, and this goes to my keyed power fuse block. So that's where my keyed power fuse block is getting, you know, this is big heavy gauge, 10 gauge wire. So this should be able to handle, you know, it's just keyed source. Everything else is going to be running power from the battery. So it's just going to run back in through there. I'm not going to do it right now, but it's going to run right back in there. I think I might have showed y'all I got my wiper motor hooked up. Not, well, put in. Alright, creme de la creme. Got my gauges all done. What y'all think of that? Yeah, buddy. I love it. I think that bitch looks sick like that. She's looking good, boy. So I just got it sitting in here. I just got it done like, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. Just got it all wrapped up. That's that carbon, it's a matte carbon fiber. So I was hoping it'd match my little switch a little better, but that switch kind of looks like shit now compared to the wrap, but oh well. So that's that. It's all finished up. I don't have my turn signals wired in yet because I'm gonna kind of wait until I get some power moving through this thing to figure that one out. Shout out to Nova 2 Nut for helping me out with that wiring there behind there. He told me that there should be a dark blue and a light blue wire. There's like a harness in the back here that just plugs into the dash. Most of these G-bodies have that. Actually, I think they all have it. My buddy's Monte Carlo, his is down on this side, but mine's back here. Dark blue, light blue. He said, I don't remember which one was which, but those should be your turn signals. So I'm going to get some juice running to this soon, and I'm going to go ahead and, you know, run my signals and figure out which one's which, and then I'll go ahead and wire in those. It doesn't look, you know, you might be able to notice it. I kind of got this one down a little bit, so she's a little droopy-eyed, but you know, I don't really care, guys. I mean, I built this is my shit. Yeah, it might not be perfect, but I made this motherfucker, so I don't give a shit. It looks good to me. It's all that matters, right? And I think it looks damn good. So, but like I said, I'm gonna try to get these wired in. I don't really care about the brights. I just want to, you know, because I do need to replace my turn signal thing, and obviously the actual lever needs replaced too. But the tumbler in there, I can't remember which way it is. I think if you turn right, the tumbler doesn't turn off the blinker. I need to replace that, but that might be, you know, I might get to that. But anyway, so there we go. That's all finished up. Wiring's all finished up. Just got to get my fuses. And then, like I said, I just gotta, honestly, I could probably put this all back together right now, but I'm still trying to hunt down a Speedo cable, because I had mentioned to, I think I messaged Mr. Get In There, and he gave me a little bit of information, but I'm still not sure what I need to do, because these speedometers have like a screw-in style speedometer. The stock, you know, G-body one has like it pushes on, and there's like a little clip that holds it. I think I still got it sitting over here. The clip is on the cluster, but yeah, see, this is what goes to the cluster. There's like a little clip that holds it on, and then that's my shifter cable. Where's the other end? Here we go. So this is the end that goes to the transmission. Well, this had a 200 R4 in it, and now this piece that actually goes into the speedo gear is too fucking small. It doesn't even sit into the speedo gear. Like, it would just, you know, sit in there and spin and eventually screw up my speedo gear that I just bought. So now I need to figure out what the hell I need to do about that. And plus, this don't even work. It needs to, well, never mind. The little screw-in deals right here. I just didn't have it. But yeah, it would screw in, but this thing just don't work. So I don't know if there's an adapter for that. I kind of want to just switch it out anyway, because I can't get this fucker apart. I wanted to just pull this apart right here, but I can't get the damn thing apart. Like, it just, everything I put on here just spins. So I don't know. I'll try to figure something out. I'm thinking about trying to get a Chevelle speedo cable, something that came with a Turbo 400, you know. But I'm not sure if that's the right way to go, but maybe we'll see. I don't know. I was going to stop by the parts store. I just didn't get around to it today. I've been too busy with this gauge cluster. But all right, guys, I'm going to stop rambling and get out of here. There we go. Let me know what y'all think with them gauges. Ooh, baby. I think she's looking good, boy. All right, y'all.